On the phone, we have the Emmy Award-winning play-by-play announcer who has been named 2018's Pennsylvania Broadcaster of the Year by the National Sports Media Association, along with many other awards in his storied 25-year casting career. He is the voice that we all know and love for his unique catchphrases and energy that he brings to every home game. He is the voice of the Philadelphia 76ers. Ladies and gentlemen, Marc Zumoff. Marc, thanks for coming on the show today.
That's a tough intro to live up to, but I'll see what I can do.
Thank you so much, Marc, for taking the time out of your day to come on the show. We know you flew home from Miami last night, and then you're back today against the game for Chicago, and then, of course, the playoffs right around the corner. So you're obviously very busy, so we're going to keep it short. So we're going to start it off by asking, you have become ubiquitously known for your unique catchphrases, so much so that the category itself has been coined Zooism. What is your favorite catchphrase that you use? And do you remember the first time that you used it?
I would say probably garbage into gold.
Okay.
And I do remember I think it was during the 2000-2001 season when the team went to the finals.
Okay.
And George Lynch got an offensive rebound and put it back, and I love alliterations, and that being an alliteration, it just sort of came out of my mouth. George Lynch turning garbage into gold. So that's how that started.
Wow. That's incredible that it just came to you, and it's so iconic to this day.
Oh, well, thanks.
So you were born and raised in Philadelphia, going to Temple University, and now becoming one of the most storied play-by-play announcer in Sixers history. This seems kind of like any kid's dream come true. Did you ever imagine yourself being the voice of the Sixers growing up, and did you have anything else that you inspired to be?
That's an interesting question. It is something that I aspired to be ever since I was 12 or 13, but did I think something like this would ever happen? Well, who could? It's such an amazing experience to the point where even though I've been doing it for 25 years, it's been an out-of-body experience. Like right now, I'm standing here at the arena. I'm several levels up. I'm actually right above our broadcast location. I'm looking down at the court, and I am seeing some pickup games and whatnot. And I still don't quite believe that I've done what I've done, but I'm thankful for the fact that I've done it. I think that each of us is born with gifts, and I know that there are a lot of things in life that I can't do, but evidently this is something that I can do, and I do believe that I was born to do it. And I think when you are bestowed with a gift and you have the chance to do that and do it for a living, it is unto itself a gift. So I'm really thankful that I get a chance to do what I do, and I think when all is said and done, I'll be one of the happiest men on the planet knowing that I was able to be the voice of the 76ers.
Wow, that's definitely inspiring. You were with us through AI's MVP season, and you stuck through the process years, and you're still standing here strong today, now after achieving back-to-back 50-win seasons, something that hasn't been accomplished since the 80s. Through the highs and the lows, which season has stood out to you the most in your 25 years on the play-by-play desk?
Well, those are a lot of seasons. I would say this. I want to think back to 1998-99, which is a season actually that almost didn't happen. There was a lockout that year, and I don't think we played our first game until the first week of February.
Wow.
There was a lockout, so the NBA devised a 50-game schedule. And because it was only 50 games, it was almost like a college season where every game meant something. Not that every game doesn't mean something now, but it's that much more magnified when you have only 50 games as opposed to 82.
Yeah.
And we raced through that schedule, and, the Sixers, between then and the last time they had made the playoffs, which was 91, those were some really dark days. I mean, at least through the process, you knew that there was a means to an end. We were going through seasons where, quite frankly, we didn't know which direction the team was going in. But they made the playoffs for the first time ever. They were a 6 seed. Orlando was a 3 seed. And they upset the Orlando Magic in the first round. I remember distinctly one of my favorite games ever was the first ever home playoff game we had here. I guess it was May of 99.
Okay.
And we beat the Magic. Allen Iverson had a still NBA record 10 steals. I think everyone at Wells Fargo Center, or whatever it was called then, First Union Center, that stood the entire game. So I would say 98, 99, just because it was the beginning of the real salad days, the Allen Iverson era, and the first time in 8 years the team was playoff worthy and played winning basketball.
Mm-hmm. Incredible.
So part of what makes the Sixers so lovable are all the personalities they've had over the years, whether it's the Iverson practice press conference or Joel Embiid's social media antics. So which personality sticks out the most to you all time?
Really, there are a lot of personalities. I'm not sure that one really stands head and shoulders above the rest. Clearly, you just explained Allen, his unique stature, the unique way he played the game, the unique way he carried himself. I would like to think in some ways that Allen spearheaded something that's very common today, and that is the nexus of sports and entertainment. Then you had Charles Barkley, who was not only a tremendous player, but at the time, much like he did or does today, speaks his mind. I just think about Rick Mahorn on that team. I think of guys who weren't necessarily as well known or as popular. People like Kevin Ollie, who I spent many years with and many nights just discussing the game and what it's like to be a player on the fringe. So I think every player that I've met has some unique quality that he brought with him as an individual and the way he played. And I'm thankful for all the different people that I've met over the years. I think it's been great. Now you look at Joel Embiid, who has exploded because of his not only embracing of social media, but the humor. And, he's not afraid to go at other players. And I think his unique combination of skills and social media ability has made him one of my favorites as well.
Awesome. So, Mark, obviously a man of your stature, you've been with the team for so long, just celebrating your 25th anniversary. You have so much information to give. And funny enough, we're actually reading the book that you co-wrote, Total Sportscasting, for a class that we're taking. And that book has a ton of information in it. But if you could give any piece of advice or tips into being successful in the broadcasting field to kids growing up in today's world, what would you have to say?
That certainly encompasses a lot, and there are many different facets to that. But I always say that if you're building a foundation for success, the one thing that you need to have first and foremost before talent, before networking, before preparation or anything like that is just an inherent belief in yourself. You have to believe in your very heart and soul that you can do what it is that you're setting out to do, because the competition is fierce. There will be many people who tell you can't do it. And those don't necessarily have to be people who are potential employers. They could be friends, relatives, coworkers, colleagues telling you, you can't become a newscaster. You can't become a weather person. You can't become a sports media professional. And, because it requires a certain amount of talent or luck or perseverance or networking or whatever. And you have to be able to quietly just take them aside and say, no, I think that this is something that I can do. So, you could always adjust later on. You could always veer off into other related fields. But as it relates to trying to be a success in this business, I would say that's the primary prerequisite you need to have.
Awesome. Mark, thank you so much for taking the time to come talk to us. We appreciate everything you do for the Sixers, and we look forward to hearing you more this postseason.
You got it, guys.
Thanks, Mark. Have a good one.
You too.